But no, so back to my basketball career. So senior year, I was so in high school we had something called Best Buddies. So it's you get gen ed kids and you do activities with special ed kids. And like I was never part of it because like I always had sports to go to, so I can never make the meetings and stuff like that. But I was affiliated with, you know what I mean? Like when I had time, I would go down to the room and show my face. Like I was cool with a couple of teachers down there. So my senior year, my old basketball coach when I was in junior high, Mr. Gordon, he walked up to me. He was like, do you do anything in the spring? Like I was like, nah, like that was my first time off. So he was like, we want to do something called unified basketball where we get gen ed kids and you guys teach them, like we'll play basketball with the special ed kids, but it counts. Like there's playoffs, there's a championship. It's a Section 11 sport. Like it's official. The reps were official. Everything about it was official. So I'm like, basketball, special ed kids, the kids that I love, like reason why I want to go into education. I'm like, all right. I'm doing this 100%. So I did that, and it was like, dang, like
you was Shaq.
I was Shaq. I was really a
Was
hooper.
you good though? I played basketball against you before. I wasn't impressed.
I was like,
what was your stats?
I don't like. I mean, like my main goal was not to. I was not trying to score. I would score if I had to, but like this is not for me. Like I know how to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like this is for the kid. This is for the special ed kids, and I'm not gonna hold you. Some of them, they know how to hoop. There was this one kid, Tyler, and Tyler's been around basketball because he was the girls' varsity basketball manager. When I tell you, there was one game where he had 8 points back to back.
Damn,
insane. And he's shooting the ball when there's people in his face.
Come on.
Like, and it's green. He's getting
That's
rebounds.
LeBron.
Kawhi.
We can get into that.
But yeah, I was a 3-sport athlete, considered a 3-sport athlete. Shout out to the unified basketball team. I can't wait to can't wait till we do it again. Hopefully when I get back in spring next year, it'll be like back again because the whole COVID will be restricted. And it was definitely like it definitely motivated me to become like a teacher more though, because like. I knew I always wanted to be a teacher because I don't really have interest in a lot of things. Like I know how to play sports, I know how to talk to people, and I know how to make people want to do things. You know what I mean? So, what's one class that everyone hated when they got to high school? Phys ed.
Is that facts?
It's facts. It's
people hate phys ed.
It's
not for us. Probably not for us because we're all athletes.
Yeah. For me, probably not for, but like
math.
There was minus math. Everyone hates math, but like minus like I was going to phys ed class and I'm like, how can you not put sweatpants on and just devote 40 minutes of your time to get a little bit of physical activity?
Fact.
They never ask you to go all out. They ask you to participate. When you participate, you don't. It's PE class, not gym class. It's PE class.
Have fun.
You don't have exactly have fun. You're not sit. This is the first class. You're not sitting down for 40 minutes learning. Like
I was cutting my classes to go to PE.
Exactly.
Word, that's what I'm saying. Like
I was trying to hoop every day during the winter.
Volleyball tournament.
I'm there.
Get it. I was there all day long during the volleyball tournament.
So you trying to make a difference? Like you really? Okay.
I'm really passionate about physical education, and
I respect it, bro.
I know, but that's just a fun.
But like
that what you just said is not the story of 90% of the physical education teachers.
No, right?
Them niggas got stuck.
I literally, when I was in 8th, 9th grade, I knew, I was like, I'm going to school for phys ed.
That's good.
I was like, I love it. I messed up my freshman year in college. The first semester I was a phys ed major. Loved it. Towards the middle of it, I'm like, bro, like, what am I doing? So I switched to psych child life. I'm like, all right, I could become an elementary school teacher. I want to teach, and I kind of want to do elementary school. So I'm like, all right, I'll become an elementary school teacher, pick up psychology, learn, cause psychology, you can do different things with psychology. It's very broad. So I do that for the spring semester. I'm in one class. It was a once a week class. So kind of really didn't you kind of just learn the different fields in the child psychology passes that you can go into. So like you do studies on different fields and stuff like that. So this fall semester, they put me in two PCL classes. One was a psychology class about development, and the other one was I forgot the name. I withdrew from that class. Like I could, it was just bad. But that psychology class, I was so happy I stayed in that class. Like I didn't withdrew from it, because you really learned. So we learned about babies, like, and how their mind. Babies are smart, super smart. Mm-hmm. So you just learn how, like, they cognitive develop, social development, and one thing that stood out to me in that class was, because I kind of zoned out, like the stuff that I'm not interested in, was the physical activity aspect of babies when they're developing the social development and cognitive development. So when it came down to my final, I didn't know what I wanted to do it on. So she emailed me. She was like, "What'd you like about the class?" And I was like, "I liked how we like brought up autism, special, like like we brought up like Down syndrome, like what is they what's the word?
Is there a key word for those things? No.
Yeah, I'm trying
disabilities.
Yeah, disabilities. Yeah. So we're talking, like, I like that, like, you know what I mean, like.
Does is physical, like, 'cause I know a lot, like a big issue with kids with autism, like growing up. A lot of times you're just behind, right? A lot of times they catch up. Is physical activity provide some sort of like confidence for them?
Yes, that's exactly what it does. It helps with their social development. And that's why, so when I did my final paper, I emailed, can we add personal experience? That's when the unified basketball came in. Those kids, those special ed kids, they knew how to talk to us, but they were, you can tell that they were hesitant to talk. So when you, even just by teaching, right? So in my paper, I wrote down, I found this one article. They got like 50 people, 25 had a disability and 25 didn't, and they gave them a structured of physical activity things to do. The 25 that had the disability, like each group always had an instructor teaching them what to do and stuff like that. But with the group with the 25 disabled, you saw the increase in their social development through the physical activity, because they're learning, and then they're talking to each other like, "Oh, this is how you know what I mean?" So like,
they gain confidence in their abilities. Yes.
Exactly.
Through physical sport.
And it's like,
there's nothing better than that.
There's nothing better than, like, I'm gonna go back to my unified basketball, because I can talk about unified basketball all day. Like, it was the best thing I could have ever done. We won it. We won our first game. We lost our first game. I was cold that day. I didn't have the right shoes on. I was wearing 5s, not my 4s.
Damn.
So we lost that game, and I'm used to losing and winning. You know what I mean? So like, I know how to handle myself through a loss. I broke down when we lost and how they reacted. I broke down. I was like, all right, we can't lose no more, because like it meant a lot to them. They put time. Like, this is their first organized
You guys had
sport.
practices and stuff?
We had practice in the beginning of the season, and once the season started, it was no more practice. It's game 2 times a week.
Okay. How many games you had?
6. And then playoffs.
Oh.
So yeah, it was legit. Yeah. So we lost, and it was like, you saw how they like they didn't even want to lose. And like, I'm like, dang, like this. I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm doing, like, I just felt it, like, it was just so like warm. And when we won, you saw how it was like we won a championship when we won. The way they reacted and the way they celebrated. They score a bucket, and it's the best moment of their life. And I'm like hold on to that, but it's gonna get better. Like,
what's homeboy that would have won Aaron, the point guard?
Jordan.
Yeah,
shout out to Jordan Reed.
Bucket.
Walking bucket.
He will shoot the ball from half court if he wanted to.
Nah, dead ass,
but
bro.
like, there was a time where he drained it though.
Yeah.
But another thing about him was, you could be open, but if he got the ball and he sees a shot that's not there, but he sees a shot, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it.
What is that, Melo? That's like a Melo type player.
That's Melo.
That's not Melo.
Which Melo we talking about?
Melo in the Knicks.
There's only one Melo.
Nah.
Melo is Carmelo. LaMelo. There's no.
Oh, you talking about LaMelo?
LaMelo, yeah.
Oh, you funny as hell.
LaMelo is gonna be better than Carmelo.
LaMelo, Melo?
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
That's what everybody. That's his name on IG.
Okay, cool.
What's that?
Think about this. Carmelo has been famous for 20 years.
Your name's Big Nick on IG. I don't call you Big Nick.
Big fact.
Great point. Great point.
Nah, but you like the feel. So you basically love the feeling
That's funny.
of being there for the kids.
And then, so still working out at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I wasn't going try hard. Like, I'm not trying to out here drop 50 points a game on them.
Because you can.
You're not trying your hardest. I don't want to talk to you.
I could have, but like,
exactly.
I'm even like during the so like before the games, we would have like a little we would eat pizza before the games.
What?
That's the
This is some
that's
other
the
shit.
great
This is-
ease.
It
That's
was
great
like 2
ease
hours.
before a
It
game.
was like 2 hours before the game, so we had time to digest.
How many slices you busted down?
Nah, bro.
Come on, talk to us.
Gordon would probably get like 5 pies, bro.
Talk to us.
Is that the guidance counselor?
No, that's Gordon. He's a special education teacher. But he'd get like 5 pies, and the special ed kids, they'll have their one slice. You know what I'm saying? They'll have their one slice, their 2 slices, and it was me and Anelli. Anelli is huge. Like, you look at Anelli and like, yo, bro, what? Like, ripped, solid dude, big dude. Me and him just crushing pizza before the game.
How many slices, bro? Average. What's the average?
There was one time where I probably had like 6 slices before the game.
You capping, bro. You know you having 10.
Nah, I couldn't do it. But no, I had like 6 slices before the game. But besides the pizza, like the point of that pizza was I didn't realize until I got older was.
Is this dude that Nelly play football?
Mm-hmm.
Is he in college? Or
yeah, he's somewhere in LA. He's somewhere in Louisiana.
That motherfucker's huge.
Huge, bro. Huge. Fast too. Freak. But the point of the pizza was I didn't realize until afterwards. Social, like that's time to socialize with your teammates, right? We get and we're in a classroom. It's like our locker room. We were in a classroom, door closed, us and the coaches, just talking. How's your day? What'd you do today? Are you ready for the game? What you about to how many points you about to drop today? They're gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the kids on the team who are still shy, but they're opening it up. So you ready for the game? No, like I'm nervous. You had to explain to them like, yeah, I get nervous too before no matter how long I've been playing football since I was 6. Still getting nervous to this day before a game. It's a part to get nervous, but they didn't understand that. So we had to let them know like it's so like you're gonna mess up, right? There's no way you can play a perfect game.
But then by the end of the season, like you saw it
exactly. By the end of the season, they were progressing and like opening up. They were like, "Coach, can I get in the game?"
Oh yeah. Trying to get buckets.
2 weeks ago, you wasn't trying to get into the game, but now they see how fun everyone's having.
Yo, Zilla, by the way, I know you want to keep going, but this is a lesson for everybody here. Like to hear you speak with this type of passion about what you want to do, that shit is motivating.
Facts. I love it, bro.
Guy, he rolling.
Like when you tell people that you going to school for physics, you're just going to become a gym teacher. Like, no, I'm not a gym teacher. I worked in a gym. I'm a physical educator, right? So, some kids, they'll never get physical activity in their life, right? Some kids are hardcore gamers. So you can devote 40 minutes of your time for me to help you play basketball for 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Bro, you just worked out today. You know what I'm saying? You did something that you wouldn't have done on your own.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've kind of like with your passion, if you keep this passion, I can see like lifelong benefits of people who come through to your class, right? Because we all know, like me and Malcolm have talked about it a bunch on this podcast, like going through life not understanding what physical activity is or it being better for you. It's something a lot of people do just off momentum because they never played a sport. They didn't take phys ed seriously, and they're 50 and they don't take care of themselves. They've never taken care of themselves. They feel like shit, but they don't know they feel like shit.
Exactly.
And you, with that type of passion, bro, I can see a kid maybe just liking how you approach them and them seeing like, oh, this dude just genuinely cares. Let me put a little bit of time in. And they actually adopt working out just from you bringing that type of energy.
But and that's what brings like that's why I think physical education should get more recognition as like a history teacher, science teacher, math teacher, English teacher.
Yes.
Like
because you definitely are highlighting the benefits of physical education. And perfect example is the basketball program, socialism.
No, not socialism. Not socialism.
Sorry.
Not
being
social.
Being social. Sorry, yeah.
This nigga social Hitler real quick.
But being social, the benefits of being social, the benefits of actually physical activity, the benefits of the feeling you get, rewards, and the downs of it. And it's all understanding your emotions as a person, which could make you a better person. And I like that.
It's the best part about physical education.
Ever told on a nigga? No. Ever squeezed the trigger? Yeah. Ever set a nigga up? No. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck?